John here. We are back in the saddle coming at you with a brand new Star Wars Galaxy Heroes free-to-play account. With the 10th anniversary of Star Wars recently happening, a lot of changes have come to the game, particularly for free-to-play players, and the new anniversary quests and availability of lightspeed tokens to get characters to relic levels. And so this account is going to focus on building the best overall free-to-play account we can under the new Star Wars economy. And we're going to start by opening up lightspeed tokens in our first relic squad on day one. I'm going to show you how to do that. No allies, no special treks needed, just getting things started from the beginning here. So I had just opened the account on my phone, on my Android phone through the Play Store. And then I'm playing on the PC so I can get some extra benefits like the SWGOH web store, the online web store, and then the PC mystery chest right here that you get for playing on the PC. To do this, like I said, you just download the game from the Play Store. You have to go through like 1 or 2 quests, and then you put in your birthday and then the name you want to use. And then on your phone on the top here, there'll be a green bar that says connect, and you connect it to your Google Play account, and then you connect it to your EA account. And you follow the steps to connect it to your EA account, and then you can use you're connected to the SWGOH web store. And so that's how things are going. So this is how the game looks when you first start. You have all these different game modes. This is the main Cantina Hall. All these are locked except for your light side battles and your store to start here. It's usually at the beginning you're just basically following through your quest. So like the first quest I had to do was beat one before connecting to the PC was this light side one. You just claim it. Our next quest is going to be 1B, but of course we want to go activate our character first. So we go ahead and activate our old Ben. Get that going right here. And so yeah, like I said, this account is going to be based around a lot of the lightspeed tokens that are going to be available to us, and we'll talk about those a lot more once we get going here. But they basically, instead of having to farm through a character and get him to 7 stars and gear him up, you like just get a free pass all that, and just get the character at relic levels. And I do believe Zeta abilities on some of them. All right, and so let's go ahead and just really quick take a look here. So this is one of the new changes to the game is area units, where these new units are coming on over a 3-month span. Coliseum is one of the new things. So like these new characters, you get to play with them in this new game mode, but you aren't you don't have access to them until like 3 months from now to like add to your regular roster. And so then under the character tabs, this is where all your regular legacy characters are at. And so as you can see, we just have our 3 starting characters, and all these other characters of the game are locked. But let's go ahead and just slap on our other droid we have onto Luke here. Or, I'm sorry, Anakin. And so one of the things that you want to do at the beginning of the game is make sure that your characters are higher level than the opponents that you're facing, so then the battles are so much easier to clear and do. So let's see what we get out of our mystery chest. Here's the possible rewards out of the chest. Every day you'll have one of those. And so we got 200k in credits, and then a ability material omega for ships, which is not a bad one. We'll go ahead and grab our free bronzium pack, which you get 10 of them a day, and then you can also spend your ally points, which we'll earn once we unlock allies. I'll show you how that works as well. But like I said, at the beginning, we're basically just following the quests. And so we activated old Ben, so we get 25 more shards. We're just going to go to light side 1B here, battle it up. And so here it's talking about the leader abilities and who it affects. So Jedi Night Sisters, evasion. So since both these are Jedis, they'll both get it, and they'll show you what it works with or not. Very soon we're going to be adding non-Jedi characters to the squad. Farm Boy Luke's going to be like our next unlock. So I'm just going to put Ben in the lead because Ben's just helps all allies. Doesn't matter, light side, dark side, anything. So let's just use Ben's lead so it's there and ready to go for when we have non-Jedi characters here very shortly. All right, so like it says, it takes turn based on speed, the blue bar underneath. So it looks like we're going to go first. There will be a turn meter turn thing coming up here shortly enough. I go at the full max speed of 4 times. We don't need to see everything happening here. And we're just going to use basics against these 2 guys right here. Don't really need to use our big AoE or anything like that. And these battles at the beginning are going to be really easy. We're going to be doing a lot of auto battles where we just go in with a squad that's quite a bit more powerful than the enemies. I hit auto, which will be coming up here soon, and they just kind of tear through them. But it's just to kind of less button clicking, save a little time, that sort of thing. All right. I'm just going after the elite boss here because we should be able to almost kill everyone with his boomstick there. There we go. All right, there we go. Quest done. And yeah, a lot of the quests at the beginning are just, you know, beat this level, beat this level, beat this level. And then you'll have other quests of things you need to do, and there's a wide variety of rewards for doing the quest. But we'll look at that as soon as that opens up here shortly. So yeah, you can pop back out. So we've already opened up the login rewards. So day one login rewards, December. Get some credits here, and as you can see, crystals, character shards. Hera, General Syndulla is the character of the month or whatever. So we'll be working towards getting some General Syndulla shards as well. All right, now that our inbox is open, let's take a look here. Okay, this is update of like, okay, Rogue One, the ship is now farmable, which is cool. Zuckuss is now farmable. All right, so here's our welcome rewards. We get 200 crystals and 2 Vader shards. And then for doing our EA Connect that I was talking about at the beginning and playing on the PC, we get 300 crystals there. And so we're already up to 792 crystals. We're probably getting a free reward from SWGOH because there's a lot of like bugs and issues with the update, so they're rewarding players with some rewards as long as you log in before, I think it's up to January 10th of next year. Today is December 11th, so you have about a month to go in and claim these rewards. It's like 5,000 crystals. It's quite a bit, so if you see this soon enough, you'll definitely want to jump in and grab those goodies. Like here, finished Light B, done. Promoted Old Ben, done. Equipped gear, got that. Win light side battle 1C. And so when you go in, you can also work on your characters before you jump in the battle, like right here. Snips is still level 1. Maybe we want to go ahead and just bring them all up to level 10 here really quick. And that way we'll be able to get through the battle super easy and quickly with no challenges whatsoever. All right, so just hit continue. Boom. You can go ahead and equip gear if you want to as well. Let's get Ben up to level 10. And then we'll bring Anakin up to level 10 and we'll jump into some battles here. And we'll be able to clear them pretty easy because I believe their opponents were only level 2 as of right now. There's another quest done. A lot of the quests are just fulfilled by natural gameplay, natural progression at the beginning. All right, we'll level 10 him. We'll go ahead and promote him as well because it looks like we have enough stars to promote from completing that other quest. Let's go ahead and promote Annie real quick. And Anakin, which is normally a character that you want to farm at the beginning because he's part of a Qui-Gon squad and a ship and everything, he's someone that you can get as a Lightspeed token later on. And we'll talk, like I said, more in depth of all the characters that are available and how we'll be using those to craft our farming plan. So there's the auto battle now here, and as you can see, the PC isn't very smart, and they're not going to use your abilities optimally. But when you're that many levels higher than your opponent, it really is not going to. They're not going to be able to do enough damage to affect it. Yeah, so this account's really going to be based around this Skywalker triangle, where there's a lot of overlapping characters between Galactic Legend Leia Organa, Jabba the Hutt, and Jedi Master Luke, as well as the ships of the Executor and the Profundity. So that's the route we're going to be going. Especially the Lightspeed tokens are really appear to be designed around getting, intentionally or not, getting Leia as fast as you can. So our big first open is going to be GL Leia Organa, and we are aiming to do that in 4 months. And the reason we're aiming for the 4-month period as of right now, the Bounty Hunter Lightspeed tokens that we're going to get in March, we're going to use that final one for Bausch Leia, who is a requirement for Leia Organa, and we'll be using that Lightspeed token. So that's like 3 months away from here, so 3.5 months away. So that will be where we're kind of aiming for finishing up Leia Organa, and then we're going to be aiming for 4 months for Leia. And then 6 months, we're going to look for the Executor, get our first kind of like meta fleet, help us stay up high in fleet arena, which is important because it's a very important crystal resource, fleet arena. But we're also going to show you how to use the ships that we get at the beginning when we're just hitting level 60 to push our way up to fleet arena and possibly earn crystals from day 1 of fleet arena. Done it many times in the past, so we're going to see, we're going to be doing that as well. So yeah, this is just going to be a step-by-step guide of things we're going through, and get you prepped for every step along the way, kind of. We're going to be working hard towards Grand Arena. It's the player versus player, one of my favorite game modes. Honestly, the reason I stepped away from the game for a while was all the changes that happened to Grand Arena, where it's not very competitive based or balanced. But now that I've actually just wrapped my head around that fact, I'm ready to walk in and accept it as the way it is, and then also just focus on other game modes as well, and just building the most complete roster we can. Yeah, we're talking assault battles, which is another way to get a lot of free to play materials. Jabba is one of our early targets because you need Jabba the Hutt to do the Galactic Bounties too, is it? But it gives you tons of relic materials. Sorry, yeah, materials for mod materials. And mods are super important for our squad because we want to be able to mod our characters better than the average person to gain advantage in Grand Arena and other game modes. And we'll show you how to do that. We'll have a whole section on modding and mods and how I go about enhancing mods and which ones I keep and don't keep. It involves a lot around speed, the speed on the mod, but we'll go over that, and then we'll cover things like with the new changes, the relic delta, where it, if your character's quite a bit higher relic level, there's another calculations that like in percentage of damage done, and so it really kind of changes matchups in Grand Arena. So we're looking at all those aspects as we go along. And so what it was saying there is that each level has a hard side as well, where you can actually farm for character shards. And this is where we're going to be doing a lot of our farming for characters is on hard nodes. But with the release of the Lightspeed tokens, or the ones that will be released as the year goes on over the next 6 months, a lot of our early farming we don't want to do because we don't want to use those resources when we're going to be able to just get the characters at relic levels through a token and completing a quest in a couple, 1 to 3 months, depending on, what squad or characters we're talking about here. So yeah, the Lightspeed tokens we got. So the Phoenix Lightspeed token package has already been released. It started on November 18th, and that's who we're going to be opening up today as a full Relic Phoenix squad today. And then just a couple days, the first couple Jedi come out, Ahsoka and Jedi Knight Anakin, Mei Shakti, Kelleran, and then it's Inquisitors after that. And then we have Rebels again to get CLS Rebels. Then the Bounty Hunters we were talking about in March, and then wrapping up with the Scoundrels and Beskar Armor Mando in April. So we have we got some planning to do, quite a bit of things to accomplish in the next 4 months, but I definitely think it is doable with the new economy available to us. All right, so let's go ahead and get through this battle right here. So right now what I'm trying to do is spend my energy to get below my max energy threshold. Regular energy refills a rate of 1 at every 6 minutes. So as soon as you get yourself underneath the max total, which is hard because you keep leveling up right now and it keeps giving you more energy to push you higher up. But as soon as we get through, we'll start acquiring another energy every 6 minutes. And the reason I want to do this is because the sooner we can get our energy down lower, our account is 1 energy better every 6 minutes than another account who didn't. I know it's not much and it's not a huge deal, but we're always going to try to keep our energy under full by, spending our energy before we go to bed at night, letting it fill as we're sleeping, getting up in the morning and spending it, before we go to work for the day. Those sorts of things where you just, you don't have to commit your life to the game, but log on, morning, afternoon, night before bed to have the best overall experience. Like I said, these are all going to be advice and things to maybe make your account the best it can be, but take or leave what works for you or doesn't work for you as you go along. You might love the farming plan that we have, as part of it. You might not. You might just get some benefits from the modding, learning how to get your ships up running right away. Any little piece of this that can help a new player or a free-to-play player advance their account is what we are desperately trying to do here. And see, as we're just bombing through levels, acquiring all this energy quicker than we can spend it, but that will eventually change here. Levels, each time the level gets further and further, you need more points to get there. So it will slow down a little bit and we'll be able to get that energy below and start acquiring more energy. And like I said, the sooner we can do that and the longer we can leave our energy below full and acquire more energy, the better off we are. Just a little tidbit there. Not the be all end all, but like I said, every little bit helps with free to play. You know, if you're thinking one energy every 6 minutes over a series of weeks, months, and a year, if you're a person that's always spending your energy versus a person who leaves it sitting full a lot of times, you know, by choice or because they have to, you've gained a lot on that person. And when you run across each other in Grand Arena or game mode, you're going to be that much further ahead from it. All right. Go ahead and finish that up right there. All right, let's go ahead. We probably accumulated a lot of quests already. I just want to go ahead and finish up that level because we could. We'll probably jump our characters up to level 20 now because I think we're going to get a ray. All right, new era has begun. See, this is talking about the 10th anniversary. Tons of new features, like it says, the Coliseum, the era system. And then we have, these are the characters that are going to be released. We've already seen Stormtrooper Luke and IG-90. And then we still have Asajj, Barriss. I think Yoda and Chewie's the next one being released. All these characters, you can only really use them in the era events of the Coliseum. But we'll take a look at that once we unlock that part of it. And then now we got some extra shards, just bonus shards giving away. Sometimes they have double drops, triple drops, additive drops, just different things that come along throughout the year for different events and things like that. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right, so we've unlocked shipments. That's where we're going to actually get a gear, characters, you know, there's all kinds of different shipments, and we'll take a look at that here. And we'll definitely do a episode on like how we're going to spend our different shipment currencies, because there are quite a few of them. All right, so we got our farm boy Luke, who's going to help us take care of a journey quest of 10 battles with farm boy Luke. Let's go ahead and grab our refresh bronzium pack. Some gear there. Let's go ahead and grab our training droids. That's awesome. So now we'll be able to level up our characters quite a bit. Sim tickets. So once you beat a level at 3 stars, then you can sim it to get more characters or gear, and that's how you farm characters off of nodes. Okay, here it says, let's learn about those sim tickets we got. Once you've shown a total 3-star victory, you can use your sim tickets to instantly replay the battle. Here's the multi-sim here. We don't want to do it 16 times and waste all our energy. We just want to do it once to accomplish what they want. Boom. And then we're back out. All right, let's activate Ray. Get our team probably up to, we'll go up to like level 20 to make sure we're all ready to go for like the whole next level. Get them geared up, ready to go. Let's go ahead and snag all our quests first. Daily quests, you gain XP and earn box rewards. All right, we are not grabbing anything that gives us experience points right now because experience points pushes you up levels. Like if I grab that 60, it'd push up us another level and then our energy. What I'm trying to do is spend all of our energy before we start grabbing anything that has to do with experience points or our free bonus energy. We do need to grab that in the next half hour before it goes away though. Journey quests. As long as it has no experience points on it, we're snagging it for gear, credits, character shards, all those sorts of things. We just don't want anything with experience points yet because we're not trying to push up a level and get more energy right now. We're trying to spend all our energy. Achievements, unlocks, and so as you accomplish things, collecting light side characters. That's why I'm unlocking light and dark side characters. I get them. Even if we're not using them, it accomplishes a achievement. So Vader shard, some crystals, Vader and credits, crystals, Vader credits, you know, those sorts of things. All right, so like I said, quests, we're holding off until we can get our energy spent up a little more. We'll go ahead and activate our Kylo. We can't use them right now. Dark side battles unlock at level 12, which we'll get there soon enough. So let's go ahead and activate them though. There you go. See, it's part of the journey quest, so that's why you just keep doing all these things. All right, so let's take a look at our characters. If you don't want to deal, there's your filter right here, and if you're just looking at your light side characters, or if you just want to look at rebels, but I want to just work on my light side character right now. So I click on light side. I'm going to go through promote Ben. He is a light speed token, so I'll get him at relics and 7 stars, but you do need characters early on to clear levels, so you're going to need to star up some characters even though you are going to be relicking them up later on with a token. But like I said, you're not investing that much. A few small gear pieces, some credits and some droids, but that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. Get them up to level 20 or 30 while you're trying to get through day 1 and clear the nodes that you need to clear. So we can go ahead and upgrade Luke to 2 right away. Pop him up to level 20. Trying to get this done as fast as we can so we can get back to the battles and spending that energy, but it's just something that needs to be done. You gotta level up and gear up your characters to keep pushing through. Go ahead and upgrade Annie. Craft that piece. Go ahead and equip these other pieces just to get his power up some more. As you can see, power's going up every time you equip gear. Level him up. It'll go up even more. All right. Like I said, normally a lot of these characters you'd be farming as you unlock them at the beginning, but with the new Lightspeed tokens and being able to get them to relics for free, we really don't have nearly as many targets to farm at the beginning. So we'll be farming a lot more gear for specific characters, being Darth Vader and the TIE Fighter pilot, being a couple of our first pilots that we're going to be using, and pilots that are for the Executor journey. We don't get Lightspeed tokens for them, so we want to start getting those guys cranked right away, because the higher their character level is, character power is, the higher their ship power is. It's directly related. So we'll be working really hard on some of those dark side and pilot characters at the beginning, because we don't need to use as many of our resources for farming characters at the beginning. So that's another one of the big adjustments. Let's go ahead and get Rey up to level 20. So that gives us a full squad of 5 light side characters right now. At ample levels to clear the next, should be able to clear the whole next board. All right, there we go. So there we go, geared up, level 20. Let's go ahead and jump back in. This is where you get into your light side battles without clicking it through a class. Level 12, this unlocks a level 8. We'll go ahead and jump in there as soon as we unlock level 8. So you can go back and you can toggle in between them. It shows that we just cleared the light side. Click on it, there's the hard side that we just cleared. You can't do the hard side until you obviously complete the normal, and it tells you what level you need to be to unlock that. So it requires stage 2 completion. So this one will say level 43 in stage 4 completion, those sorts of things. So click on the 2. All right, let's get rolling here. All right, our opponents are level 5. Like I said, these aren't all Jedi, so now Ben's ability still helps them all with evasion. And so now we can just go in, click that auto, and they should be able to crank through these guys no problem. Yeah, you can go ahead and do these battles on your own if you want to just get used to the mechanics and what they're doing and how to do them. It's not like super in-depth challenging, so just a little better to just auto it. Let's go ahead and get that battle in. So we're probably going to level up again before we can get our energy levels below the max threshold that we have right now, which your max threshold does go up 1 each level that you go up. So like wherever it's at right now, when we level up, it'll go up 1 more point, like how much we can hold. Go ahead and get through this real quick. So yeah, once we open up the journey guide, we'll look more in depth of the characters and how we're going to go about getting through the journey guide to get Leia done in 4 months, as well as how we're going to attack the other characters as well. All right, let's just go ahead and crank through 2C. Step away for just a moment. Also, because of day 1 being such a long day time commitment wise, if you're wanting to do all the during the anniversary quest to unlock the relic characters on day 1, we are going to be breaking this up into 2 parts. So we're going to kind of just do the unlocks, auto battles a little bit, and kind of talk about the plan of what we're doing. And then once we hit the, where we're breaking into the actual journey quests themselves here in a little while to unlock these relic characters, we'll go ahead and jump off and do like another recording, like a part 2 for it for the day. So like it's not all 6-7 hours long. When I did this the other day, I did an attempt at this. my Streamlabs crashed after 5 hours, and so I lost 5 hours of footage, which I took a day to recover from the soul crashing nonsense, and here we are again. Hopefully, we won't have any crashes, won't have any issues, be able to get all this wonderful information to all you new free-to-play players, or coming back free-to-play players, or learning this new ecosystem free-to-play players. All right, so after this next battle, we'll be under the threshold, unless we level up after this next battle, if 6 more experience points is enough to level us up. But we will definitely see here momentarily. So yeah, we have Cantina battles opening at level 8, so we'll take a look at those. Dark Side at level 12. Yeah, and then we got challenges at level 15. We can start getting allies at level 18. Coliseum opens at level 20. Squad Arena at level 28. Guilds at level 30. And I think that's about all we can get to. We can get to about level 36, 37 usually day one, somewhere around there, depending, give or take. All right, so now that we're finally under our max, if you click on this, you can see the countdown. Your energy will refresh 1 point in 5 minutes. So as long as we can keep it below the threshold, we'll get that energy. But see, the very next battle we do is going to push us up. We're going to get more energy. It'll put us over, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. It's just we're trying to do the best we can. It's just at the very beginning, it's hard to get through your energy quick enough. Complete all stage 2 light side battles. That's what we're doing anyways right now. We can go ahead and activate our Moth, no problem. All right. And so they make us do this, so we have to upgrade the ability here. Click upgrade, boom, spend some Mark 1 tokens there. Shows you where you can get them if you click on it. And we can go ahead and promote our Moth, because it's one of our beginning dark side characters that we're just going to have to use to clear levels. I do not have the intentions of doing an Imperial Trooper squad on this account and doing all those hard node farms. We are going to be going after Admiral Piet for the Executor, of course. We'll take a look at that journey guide here as soon as journey guides get unlocked right here. All right, let's go ahead and back to our campaign here. Light side battle, battle 6. We'll go ahead and click on that bad boy. A lot of times when Ahsoka goes first, since this has healing on it, I just really quick do the basic and then I hit auto, so if any of your characters do get shot or hit before, then you get to heal up a little bit on Ahsoka's next one. Don't usually need it, but just something to think about. Yeah, our first dark side characters we'll be using will be Darth Vader, Moff Gideon, Crew, and Dark Trooper. And so we'll be using them to clear the first few levels of the dark side nodes. And then a little bit later on, we'll get our TIE pilot, I think level 39, I want to say. Maybe it's 36 for this TIE pilot. There's a event that opens up and you can earn shards. And then so TIE fighter pilot, because he's going to be one of our pilots very early on, we want to start gearing him up and leveling up as soon as possible. Okay, so level 8, we just hit Cantina, where regular energy refreshes every 6 minutes. See how it's not counting down since we're over our max? The max? It's every 12 minutes for Cantina, so you definitely want to get your Cantina down first. So we'll go back into campaigns. Cantina battles are now open. We're going to just do the first battle. We're going to just keep our light side crew because they're all at level 20 already. We'll just keep it. Oops, I forgot to switch Ben into the lead. That was my bad. We'll do that for the next battle. But go ahead and do the basic. Click auto. Ready to go. And so there's, a lot of our farms, if they're not on the hard node farms, we're going to be doing the Cantina farm, which I like Cantina farms a lot more because there's no limit. Where hard node farms, there's a limit of 5 a day before you have to spend crystals to refresh it and farm it again. There's no limit on Cantina, and especially in the early levels here where we're leveling up over and over again and getting bonus energy, it's really easy to keep farming that Cantina character. And so we got Lando and Lobot on the same tier, same node coming up, and those are both for the Leia Organa, so it's like a 2 birds, 1 stone farm. Go ahead and get Farm Boy Luke done here. Now, Farm Boy, Luke, and Old Ben were also characters that you might have to farm through Cantina at the beginning for the CLS journey, but now that they're available as Lightspeed tokens in a few weeks, we do not have to worry about that nearly as much. Let's go ahead and get through this battle. Right, no problem. And so yeah, we'll be using cantinas to farm obviously different characters that we need for the journey quests and the assault battles. We'll be using one of the cantina nodes for our anniversary quest on the first day to defeat 50 pirates. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and do that switch now that I actually remember to do it. Not that it's a huge deal, but it gives everyone 5% evasion instead of just a couple handful of the people getting a little more offense. Like I said, but when you're this much higher a level as your opponent, it's really not going to matter too much. But the AI for this is really silly, and they will let people get killed, and they'll use AOE's on one person. It's not optimal, but it's much quicker. Just chopping through them. There we go. All right, now that we've spent a little bit of our Cantina energy, let's go ahead and get regular energy knocked back down underneath the max right here. So we're just going to go back to our light side battles. We'll go ahead and clear through the normal mode here, the last 3 battles of normal, and then we'll go ahead and start on the hard side, and hopefully we'll be able to get through our energy. And then we can start accepting those daily quests and those things that give us experience points, which are going to push us up levels and give us more energy. But we definitely want to get all of our daily quests picked up before level 20, because at level 20, Coliseum shows up as a daily quest and resets your rewards for completing all daily quests. So you want to get those experience points twice before level 20. And if that's a little confusing, I'll show you what I mean here shortly. It will all become clear eventually. All right. Yeah, these Tusken Raiders, even at a level 11, if they can take out one of your characters like Ahsoka if they get bonus attacks and those sorts of things. So you definitely need to keep a good level distance between them and your guys. And you can always keep the auto on, but click on the character you want them to attack. Like I want them to get rid of the Raiders first because they do the damage and call the bonus attack, which can actually kill a character. Kill one of your characters, and that way you lose a star, which not the hugest thing, but you can't simulate it, do the sim tickets if it's not 3 stars. So then at some point you got to go back and do it again, which, like I said, not a huge deal, but you know, let's clear it the first time if we can. See, they're doing very minimal damage, there being nine levels between us. All right, we're going to go ahead and get that underneath again, so we can start our clock on acquiring more energy again. And yeah, I've been playing this game since 2018. My main account is since like 2020-ish, I want to say, or something like that. Which I will be cracking into the main account. I haven't looked at it in quite a while or done anything with it, but that'll be probably part of my channel moving forward, kind of doing grand arenas on the main account and the free to play. Which actually, if I'm being honest, this will be more like the main account, and the old main account will be like my secondary account. All right, there we go. Complete all stage 2 light side battles. Boom, another one. And the reason I like to just do a bunch of battles at once, because then we can go into quests and then there's just a ton of them done then, instead of like jumping out every level. All right, so we want to clear 2 hard now. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Just keep moving along here. Do our basic, go to auto. cranking. See, like right there, Ben doing his big AoE special. I mean, like, I would never do that, obviously. You just do a basic attack to finish the opponent up. But AI just does the special abilities first, usually. Usually. Although I do appreciate the fact that if there is only one opponent left, Annie will not use his AoE. I do like that. Like, so if Annie was about to go and he had his AoE and there's one more tier, he would just do a regular attack. Which is helpful. Alright. Not finding those Ewoks, at least not that one from there. We will eventually need some Ewoks, part of our C3PO that we need to do our Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, who's part of Jabba and Jedi Master Luke GL farms, but is quite a farm itself. And it involves some characters that are in special locations like Rolo, Wampa, and Hermit Yoda. And we'll talk about how we're going to attack those different characters. Lightspeed tokens are really, really going to change our timetable and how quick we can get things done. And I'm super excited about this to see. I really think we can get 3 GLs and two meta fleets in the first year. And that is just insane progress. We'd be pretty competitive in GAC after a year at the lower levels. And so our goal after the first year and doing the Skywalker triangle, as they call it, as some people call it, and getting those 3 GLs and the 2 ships that have all those overlaps, we're definitely going to be focusing on Galactic Legend counters. We won't be going after any GLs for a while because there's just so much that goes into them. Whereas we can do a journey guide of 4 or 5 characters, see what I mean? Snips was in the yellow there, taking shots from the bonus attacks. All right. I usually just try to save the boss for last because they're just so much thicker and they take longer. And if you can just get rid of the ads first, just usually makes it pretty easy. All right. So if we were going to go after Imperial Troopers and keep going after Moff Gideon, this would be a node that we would farm, but that is not in our plans. But the Imperial Trooper squad is a good squad, definitely a great beginning squad. It loses its juice as you move along, though, so that's why I don't really want to do it. And all 5 of the farms for the team I would build hard node farms, which just can't commit that many hard node resources and farms to that team when I have so many other things we want to get done. See what I mean? We got characters down in the yellow here, even though there's still a significant level difference. Those bonus attacks and those guys being attackers really, 12. So that's why you want to make sure you're killing characters as quick as you can because you're limiting the amount of attacks and damage that can be done to you. All right, another one bites the dust. Okay, it looks like after this one we'll have our basic energy spent up. We'll jump back over to Cantina and start spending up that energy, see if that pushes a level, or if we can start accepting, claiming, I should say, not accepting, claiming our daily quests and our experience points. Tusken Brute. So I was going to try to find the raider or the attackers first and click on them to have our characters kill them first. So all Tusken Raiders. So we're just trying to click on the non-leader so they'll attack them first. There we go. So that was pretty easy peasy. But where if we would have attacked him and all 4 of them would have been there with 4 bonus attacks and get shot 8 times, one of those characters are dead. All right, cool. And now our hair would normally be one of our early farms that we try to get our Phoenix squad up to 5 stars for mod challenges at level 50. You need 5 characters at 5 stars. Now that we're going to have a whole relic squad at level 1, we don't have to worry about that anymore. We already have our mod challenges and battles checkmarked already day 1 for level 50. We're already ready for them on day 1. All right, here we go. After we do the next Cantina battle, it'll push us up another level here. So let's go ahead, jump in. Do us a little Hondo battle here. Well, Hondo's the rewards anyways, I should say. All right, Big Boom Annie. There we go. And so B1s offer bonus attacks as well. Well, ability. So it's another character that's a heavy hitting attacker with bonus attacks. I try to be the first, kill him first. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. There we go. See the bonus attacks there? Those AoEs don't hurt that bad. And then if the AoE, Ahsoka can really counter those by healing with their special ability. So it's more the focused bonus attacks that I'm more worried about than the AoEs as of for right now. See, those 3 AoEs didn't really do that much. So I'll do a spin and then we'll be back up to full health. Ready to roll. All right, there we go. Level 9. See Dark Side Battles in 3 levels. Level 12. All right, so we're just going to keep going. We can't do level 2. The first character we're looking to unlock is actually Sana Staros, because she is just about the only character available day 1 that has vulnerable as an ability. And one of our first anniversary quests for our relic characters, our lightspeed tokens, is inflict vulnerable 100 times. And so you need a character to do that. Before I'd seen videos of people saying, get an ally that has Boss Nass, and that's hard enough as it is for a player to be at the beginning, get an ally that has Boss Nass, get Boss Nass to be a leader in a light side battle, and it's very convoluted. But I do believe they've made it so you can't accomplish the feats with allies anyways, because I did try to, one of the quests for today is 10 battles with an IG series droid, and I tried borrowing just an IG series droid, and it didn't count towards the quest when I did this before. So you actually have to find your own IG series droid day 1, and I will show you how to do that pretty cheaply. All right. Yeah, so the goal of this, like I said before, there's plenty of ways to do the journey quests, but I'm really focusing on someone who's never played the game before, is literally day 1. Literally day 1. I'm day 1 just starting this and can get this feat done. Yep, we're gonna have to spend a little bit of crystals and a little bit of energy, and you might see other streamers be like, "Oh, hey, I do this one so you don't have to spend energy." We may not have access to that battle, access to that character. I'm just gonna show you how I figured out how to do it the first day. In having a relic character the first day in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, being an older player is just mind-blowing to me. It used to be set up so it was like months to get to level 85 and be able to get access to Grand Arena and some of these other cool game modes, whereas now they have it, with all these quests, they have it supercharged. I got there in 10 days the last time I tried to do it, just to see. This one, we're not going to push as hard. We're going to try to be a little more conservative on our crystals, and we'll be using a lot of our crystals later on, probably to purchase some bounty hunter ships. There is a package of bounty hunter ships that we will talk about a little bit later on that offers a really, really good rate on the drops. So we'll take a look at that and the calculations for that and why I'm probably going to use that to help push our bounty hunter ships along, because we want to do the executor at 6 months, and a ship farm takes about 6 months. So if any of the ships are lagging behind, or if we don't have access into it right away, being able to buy a pack to get shards towards it will be very helpful. But we'll take a look at that once we hit fleets at level 60, or at least we have some ships that we can get into our ships to take a look at them. That. So definitely going to be ready for fleets and fleet arena and trying to climb right away to try to earn crystals day 1. I'll show you how that is possible. I've definitely done it before. I've been top 20 after a week. There's just a certain technique to it that we'll talk about when we get there, and certain ships that you need to focus on. But since, like I said, we have usually the first goal is 5-star characters for these, so you can unlock 5.mods, which are the best mods, which are the only mods I'm going to use, and we're going to talk about mods and how we're going to use them. Since we don't have to do that, our first real goal is the Zeta challenge at level 78 for Tarkin, and so you need a bunch of we got 8 more minutes to claim that energy. Where are we at? Can we? Yes, we can handle. We need to spend a little more regular energy before we can claim that. If we don't want to go over. If you don't care about not getting the energy every 6 minutes, if you think I'm a little too bonkers over the top on that, I totally understand. You do you. If you just want to claim your experience points, get your energy and do it that way, more power to you. I'm just trying to take advantage of every minuscule advantage and at least give you the information. Use it how you choose. All right, let's make sure we get the ads first because these are the heavy hitters. Okay, and then click on the one that's hurt. Get him before. There we go. He didn't get an attack in, which is helpful. All right. Easy peasy when you get rid of the big gold damage dealers. ASAP. Oh, just on fire. Oh, just all the knowledge. Just can't wait to just share this. All it's just amazing. All right, let's go ahead and spend up a little bit more of our energy here, and then we got 6 more minutes to claim that bonus Cantina and regular energy. We don't want to miss it. I'd rather go over the max than miss it for sure. But I think we'll be there no problem still. Yeah, recon stormtrooper. It's all right. We'll have a Ahsoka spin trick here in a minute. Everyone will be full health. There we go. All right, we'll go ahead and do the royal guards first. Save the boss for the end. All right. Well, hopefully we can. All right, we can handle 45 bonus energy. That brings us up to 60. Okay. 45 brings us up to 67, so we can do that as well. All right, let's claim our energy. Journey quest, as long as there's no experience points involved with it. Good there. Achievements. Shouldn't be any experience points in these ones, but just take it slow just in case. There we go. Vader's unlocked just by playing the game. You basically get Vader just by playing the game. And I really like him. He's got a great Zeta. I mean, like, he's not like a be-all, end-all. There's a little glitch with him right now, but he's going to be one of our first pilots. We need him reliced up for different journey guides. So, like I said, I'll show you. So he's going to be one of our, and we're going to try to gear, since we're not going to be spending a ton of our energy, like we talked about before, on character farming, because we're getting lightspeed tokens for a lot of these characters. We're going to focus on gear farming. All right, so don't want to go over the level here. We need to spend it somewhere. We're not to level 16 to unlock 2C yet to get to our Sana Staros. So we're going to go ahead and use some of our energy to go ahead and farm Lando, because Lando is one of the, we don't have a lightspeed token for him given to us. We could use one of the general ones we might be able to earn. We'll take a look at that later. But Lando and Lobot are both required for Galactic Legend Leia. They're both on the same node, very efficient. That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and just spend that up. Oh, I should have looked to see how much I could have spent before my regular energy. That was my bad, but we picked up 8 and 6. Like 14 shards for that much energy is great. I'm here to rescue you. Stormtrooper Luke talking about that. 1 blade is better than 2. Asajj. Okay, talking about the... Okay, and we already looked at those other drops. Just kind of introducing you to those characters a little bit right there. Oopsies, my bad on that one. Let's go back to light side. And we're going to go ahead and just bring everybody up to level 30. Some of those attackers, when they were getting those bonus attacks, were putting my characters down in the yellow. So I just don't want it. I want to be able to continue to auto, and I just don't want to have any issues. I just want to be able to 3-star on the auto, so we're going to do that. All right, all those shards we just earned from Annie for Annie there. Let's go ahead and pop them up. There we go, level 30. All right. And one great thing about Sana Stars, going back to Sana and the vulnerable to complete that one journey quest, she's also a scoundrel, which defeating enemies with scoundrels is also one of those quests. And so you combo her with your Lando and your Stormtrooper Han that you have, level them up just enough, you know what I mean? So you can get the vulnerable feat done and the defeat 100 allies with scoundrels done at the same time. Oops. 2 birds with 1 stone. Forgot to level up. So I'm going to show you that as well. We're going to get two of the anniversary quests done with the same crew of 3 people. And the reason that's not a waste on top of that is you need scoundrels early on for training battle event. You need it for the credit heist event. And there might be one other event that you can use scoundrels for early on. And even if you're just being able to clear the 1st or 2nd level, doing that one time is going to pay for the credits and the training droids that you put into those characters, so you're not wasting anything. And then, like I said, Lando's part of the journey guide anyways, Leia's journey guide, and so you're going to be getting him up to relic levels anyway, so leveling him up more and gearing him up more is A-okay if you want to clear a little bit higher levels. All right, everyone's at 30. We're just going to go in. We're nice high power. See, we're over double what they are. That way we got no issues. We're, can just clear easy peasy and get through it. No stress. Let's see here. Talk a little bit about Lightspeed tokens. We'll go over that. We'll talk about a little bit about our farming plan. GAC prep will be later on. We'll talk about that. And then, yeah, we're going to be covering those. That's the big thing, the anniversary quest today, getting us our relic squad. All right, getting episode quests done. All right. We'll start on the officer, and then we'll just do that. Yeah, and even though that we are going to have to spend some energy and possibly crystals to like refresh to get the quests done, it's not really a waste because we're going to pick nodes where we need the gear. So like I'm going to be farming for gear anyway, so I'm going to go into a character I need gear and see where that piece is at and go ahead and battle that level to get the quest done, and then I'm also getting gear that I need. So another 2 birds, 1 stone. That is what we are all about. I should have named the account 2 birds, 1 stone. Probably what I should have named the thing. Oh, can I click over to my Streamlabs, make sure everything's still working properly. It looks like everything's going good right now. All right. Yeah, these Stormtrooper levels are super easy because the Stormtroopers, they spend one of their turns taunting and they don't hit hard and you can crank through them. Although, interestingly enough, I'm going to check again. Stormtroopers don't count towards Imperial Troopers on your anniversary quest of defeating 100 Imperial Troopers. I swear, it's bonkers to me. But also, CLS doesn't count as Luke Skywalker either, so whatever. We will work around it. There's a node right nearby that's got a lot of recon stormtroopers, and those count. So we'll be doing those levels and getting that gear to accomplish that anniversary quest here in a bit. But yeah, day 1's a long day. So like I said, we're splitting the videos up at least 2 parts. All right, there we go. Come on, folks. See, and just by clearing levels and doing things we need to do, just quests. I mean, I'm sure I have a ton of them I could go check out right now, but we don't really need them right now. We're cranking along. Plenty stronger than our opponents, so we'll just do them in a big batch, a big bundle here in a little bit. Yeah, because shortly, the quests as well start. There's going to be quests with experience points on them to start helping you push up levels as well. So we'll be using those once we need to push up big level jumps, gaps as it gets larger and larger each level. I love Ahsoka's dispel on her basic. I just love that so much. And it doesn't, it ignores foresight. Love it. Particularly, like the Grandmaster Yoda Journey Guide. Not that it's hard at all or anything, and we're gonna have relic characters, so it'll be super easy. But he's constantly foresighting himself. So if you use Ahsoka along with like Ezra as one of your Jedi and bringing the assistant or whatever, she'll clear the foresight, hit him critically because of what Ezra's ability says, and then Ezra comes in after the foresight's cleared and smashes him some more. So not a big deal, but a nice little combo for that event. All right, just another 5 stormtroopers. They just hit like a wet noodle, and they waste their time taunting. I suppose that's what they do, though, so. Taunt and shoot really poorly, right? Alright. That stormtrooper couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Couple more here. We'll get through these, and then we'll probably jump out, take a look at all the different quests and things we've accomplished over this level, and then see if we need to go back into the hard side right away. We'll see where we're at. As of right now, we might still be trying to unlock our first person we need to even farm from the hard node, just because of all this light speed token funness. There you go. Cranking through them. There we go. A lot of attackers on this squad. There we go. Get that offense up. Let's go ahead and get rid of Crosshair. I knew Crosshair goes under stealth, so I just save him for the end. All right, uno más. Jump back out. See, we're already up to level 20. Our opponent's up to level 20. So if we would have stayed at level 20, it would have been a lot more challenging. We could have had a board where our characters got killed, and so we don't have 3 stars. And so just trying to avoid any repeats doing her again. So yeah, we'll definitely be coming back to board 3 to kill Imperial troopers of some sorts. Royal Guard. It is nice when the Royal Guards at the beginning don't actually taunt. So one of the abilities of Royal Guard is if an ally drops below 50% health, he taunts for a turn, which is very, very, very annoying and helpful. Particularly like if you're trying to beat the Emperor Palpatine Journey Guide. You're trying to get through him because he does so much damage, hit so hard, and he has 4 or 5 Royal Guard around him that just keep taunting every time you try to knock him down. And then he health steals, so you kind of just got to work through the guards first. It's kind of the way it is. All right, let's go and take a peek here. Recovery pack. Yes, so since we're coming back into the era a little bit later, they give you a bunch of resources to kind of get caught up, recover as it says. So let's go ahead and grab that. All those goodies to help with our characters. All right, free calendar, the hyper drive calendar. We'll take it. All right, let's grab our bronzium pack. Our 200. Let's we almost always want to spend ally points to get bronzium data cards, and then you can turn it into, even if you have the shards of the character, it turns into crystals later on, or shard shop currency I meant, not crystals. Oh, there we go, a nice 50 Mark 1 ability mats. Okay, we get another free recovery pack. Cool, we'll take another one. All right, awesomeness. Talking about IG90 coming up. Got to get to level 20 to unlock those. We're sitting pretty well there. So let's grab our achievements. No experience points yet. Not doing daily quests yet. They're basically all done besides the store shipments. Episode quests. Like I said, it'll show you earn points and then you go along episode track. So let's take a look at that. We'll claim. See if there's any more. Claim. All right, there we go. Journey quests. Login. Leia shards. Training droids. More Leia shards. Okay, so now here they finally are. Here are the anniversary quests right here. They finally just popped up at this level. And you have almost a year to do them. They don't expire until the first set came out on 11/18 of next year. And so you can see there's two different lines of them. That's for the first ones. Hera and Sabine that were released on 11/18, and then another series that's for Ezra and Chopper, and then once you get them both done, you can do Rex, get a Rebel token, and then do the Emperor Palpatine event. We'll be doing all of this today, and we'll show you how you get that done. So if you jump into the game later, and say you don't see this until January of next year, and so by January, like the Jedi will be out, and then the Inquisitors will come out on the 13th of January. You'll have one of these to start for each one of those quests. So you don't necessarily have to do the one to do the other, but you have to have them both to get the final characters of that pod, of that group. If that makes sense. I'll show you a little bit more here. But let's go ahead and okay, we'll go ahead and activate Leia. Get a Lightspeed token in February for Leia. We're not going to be doing anything with Leia, but we'll just unlock it because another light side character goes towards those quests. All right, so here's your episode track right here. And all those times that you go up a level that you get episode rewards. And so there's the free track, which what we're on. And then right in front of you there is if you're a money spender, you can get the episode pass and you can get all these extra more amazing gear, character shards, energies of different sorts, all kinds of different extras. But we're not spending money on this game. We're going to just build the greatest free-to-play account that we can. All right, let's go ahead and spend a little bit more of this regular energy up. We'll go to the hard side here. Battle. All right, those opponents were at level 20, so we should be good with our level 30 characters still. See here, we got just mostly recon, one regular. Go to work there. We'll go ahead and get rid of the recon troopers first. And then we'll just save the regular stormtrooper for last. Well, I was going to save the regular stormtrooper for last, I should say. All right, still in business here. Excuse me. All right, getting through this level. Don't you know? Oh, come on. I think this is all just stormtroopers again. They're thick, but done. See, we're almost done with that first anniversary quest. Win 10 battles with Farm Boy Luke on your squad. We're just beating levels and getting it done. We just need to do one more. So this is actually one of our first hard node farms right here. Skiff Garlando. He is part of the Jabba journey guide. He's part of the Hut Cartel, but he is not a bounty hunter, and so you couldn't even use a bounty hunter token if you wanted to. So he's just a boy that we gotta either use some kind of different lightspeed token on or farm, and we're just gonna start farming him because we need targets anyways. Squad tab should open up shortly, and I'll show you how I kind of organize my squad tab a little bit between, like we'll do a lightspeed token one just to kind of show you what's coming. We'll have our farming one. We'll have the one for assault battles and all the teams we need for assault battles. Yeah, and those sorts of things. We'll go over that. I'll show you how I organize things, and you can, if you like it, use it. If not, find something that works a little better for you. We'll see. Everyone works a little bit differently. How they function or remember or learn, those sorts of things. So you got to kind of pick and choose what works for you. Just getting rid of the ads first because it's just easier. Now it's 5-on-1. Let the slaughter commence. There you go. 10 battles of just playing the game, going through, beating levels. Got one of the anniversary quests done. All right, we'll go ahead and just battle this one to use up that little bit of regular energy we have. Oh, definitely starting with the Scout Troopers. That's another, so the Scout Trooper is another lightspeed token we're going to be using. It's part of the Leia Journey Guide, and it's not farmable until the end of fleet nodes, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's like the very last level of fleet nodes, or close to it. And so we don't want to wait that many days, weeks to have access to it, to start farming it. And plus, it's 20 per shot on that node, so 100 fleet energy per time. So we're just going to go ahead and use our Empire Lightspeed token that we're going to get in January on our Scout Trooper. And that'll bring him at relic level 0, and so we'll just need to relic him up. So normally in the past, I've really liked Cantina farming, like I talked about. There's no cap on it. There's no limit. You can do as much as you want. You can refresh your energy, but you don't have to refresh the node itself. But now with all these characters that we're going to be getting at relic levels, it kind of changes the math a little bit because you need Cantina. The relic materials that you need to help relic up characters is on the very last level of Cantina nodes. So it's really going to split our ability to farm Cantina characters and the need to get relic materials right off the bat. So we are going to be using Lightspeed tokens towards Cantina characters for that reason. Let's go into our quests. We just need to purchase our store shipments. So look at that. We can claim our 10 Zeta mats, which is amazing, by just getting the 10 versions of loot done that we were just clearing battles anyways. Let's claim it. All right, so this is the one that holds people up a lot. Conflict of Vulnerable 100 times because it's hard to find a character or get a character. Like I said, there's some convoluted ways with Boss Nass that people are talking about, but the ally thing doesn't work anymore, so you actually have to get a character that you can Conflict of Vulnerable. And Mara Jade was who I thought of first, but then we found Sana Staros to get the job done. And like I said, these Lightspeed tokens, so this one's specifically for Hera. There's other ones where you can spend it on attack or this, that. They actually give you a free one that's anybody here because of all the issues they had with the update. So we'll be using those here to help farm up our Journey Guide characters, of course. And so we want to get this done, and we want to get Hera, day 1, Relic. Relic 0, but still 7 stars, level 85. Boom, day 1. We're going to get the vulnerable 100 times. And while we're doing the vulnerable for 100 times, we're going to be doing the 100 scoundrel battles which is locked behind this. So the IG series droid, that was, IG-90 is the new guy. So if you were doing battles with him during the events when he was out, you could, get a couple a day and those sorts of things. I tried borrowing an IG series droid once we had allies to do a dark side battle, but the allies just don't count towards anymore. It would not count it. But what we're going to do is unlock a very cheap IG series droid here in a little bit and use him to complete that challenge. So let's go ahead and we can start claiming some experience point things. Let's go ahead, claim that guy right there, up to level 11. Where'd that put us? 27, 28. Let's go ahead and push up one more level to dark side battles and we can start working on our dark side battles. There we go. All right, we're gonna hold off on those. We want to do that because we need to get our droid unlocked. Our IG series droid that we're going to be going after to complete that feat is on Dark Side 2F, IG-86. And the great thing about him is he only takes 10 shards to unlock. And so you're not committing that much to get him unlocked day one. All right. Activate our Dark Trooper. We're going to go in our characters and we're going to switch to Dark Side characters. I'm going to level them all up to level 30, just like the light side characters. Yes, your opponents are only level 1 in the beginning, but soon enough they will be much higher level, so we'll just get prepped right away. Go up to level 30. All right, let's go ahead and go up to level 30. So only 23,000 credits, not a ton of training droids anyways. And just like experience points, you need a lot more per level. You need a lot more training droids per level as you start, moving up. All right, let's go ahead and back out there. Go into collection. Our characters there. Squads are locked right now. We'll get that soon enough. And then I'm going to click on dark side to just filter because we only want to work on these characters right now. And we go level 30. And then we're not going to raise their abilities up a ton, but there are a couple we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on Darth Vader's lead and Moff Gideon's unique here. I'll show you here. All right, so know your adversaries on Moff Gideon. It reduces the offense, critical chance, and critical damage of your enemies, and each level it adds to that. So that's minus 15, minus 5. It just keeps going. So this really helps your dark side squad who doesn't have a lot of healers or tanks at the beginning reduce the damage they take and stay alive for a lot longer. So we're going to level 2 that. All right, we're going to get our Vader done first before we finish up our Dark Trooper because I want to prioritize gear on Vader and then TIE Fighter Pilot once we get them. So I always gear up Vader first. And then we're going to go ahead and just do the lead ability because it helps all Empire and Sith allies, which you have 2 Empire allies right now, the Imperial Troopers, but you will have more in the future. Go ahead and promote it. Crew is our just plug and play tank right now. Got it. I'm up to level 30 as well. Yeah, you just got to take these breaks every once in a while and do this prep, you know what I mean? Get your guys geared up, ready to go. Let's go ahead and just slap on what gear we have. If I thought it was really important, really wanted to get him to the next gear level, I was like, oh, it's hard. We could go ahead and just go in, find it, farm it on any of the nodes that we want or need. But we don't need to right now because our opponents are super weak at that level. Let's go and grab our Bronzium. Skip that. Campaigns. Now dark side is open. Play, same thing. It's either level 1, so we're just going to clear them with 1 shot to start. But we go Vader in the lead. The The reason I order my characters the way that I do is because I'm used to playing on a phone for years and a small screen. So I always put my shorter, smaller characters in the front and then my bigger characters in the back. So like for example, Phoenix, Chopper is always the one here, and it's usually Kanan or Zeb in the on the back rows there, just because they are, and it has only to do with like not wanting to misclick. I misclicked enough times in the past, playing this game, that I'm like, you know what? We're just going to set up that way. So I'm just used to trying to put the smaller character in the back. Or in the front, excuse me. Smaller character in the front, large character in the back. If you're wondering what I was doing there. It is a habit. All right, auto, boom, see, clears them with one sweeper there. Level 30 versus level 1. But our opponents will be close to level 30 here in no time. All right, boomsy boomsies. Win 5 battles with Darth Vader on your squad. Getting episode quests done, just like I said, just playing. All right, we're going to slap the auto on. Be right back. Can this make this a little more exciting? But I got to admit, just these beginning battles and just trying to get through stuff to unlock it, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. I know that, I'll admit that, but it is a necessary evil, as they say. And let's go ahead and get the healer, or just smoke leader. Level 4, it doesn't really matter too much. And if you are curious about how the characters work and their kits and that sort of thing, go ahead and take a little time to read them and check them out. We will be, talking about different squads and kits and stuff in the future, that sort of thing. Just trying to keep it more general and basic today. But like at the beginning, Vader's the lead of the Empire squad, and then we're gonna get Palpatine actually day one here at Relics, and he'll be the lead, and so it'll be Palpatine, and then Vader and Mara Jade. As soon as we get Mara Jade unlocked, the Emperor's Hand, amazing character, even at low stars. Those three, what an amazing 3v3 squad. But eventually, Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade go a Star Killer. It's just even a stronger team, can actually counter Galactic Legends. It's one of legend counters. And so you end up doing that, and then Vader, you can put him on and make an Empire squad, whatever, but pretty weak, I think. I really think he's great on the Sith squad with Traya. You don't really need Darth Sion for that 5v5 team anymore. He's not really that good. Savage is the tank of the team. And so that slot, I think Vader is really, really great in that slot as an attacker. Really helps the team get more damage through and control with ability blocks, and yeah, just he nasty. So he'll probably eventually end up on our Sith squad with Traya. But his Zeta, the Merciless Massacre, is super powerful early game. All right, we're going to switch over to hard. And so again, Sabine would be one of our hard node farms we'd start right away, but we're going to have her at relic levels here later today. So don't need to farm that. Yeah, so one of the issues at the beginning are literally farming targets like the first day or two, but then after that we started getting our rows filled up with people we need to farm. And we're going to be farming about 10 characters at a time. Like once we get it filled up, we'll prioritize and who we need to do for a second, yada yada. but about 10 at a time, because you get about between your energy refreshes, your bonus energy from the store, and from your, every 6 hour reset thing on the actual game itself, you get around 800 energy a day, give or take. And a character on a 16 cost node, 5 times, that's 80. 80 times 10 is 800, about your max energy a day. And that's with your 3 refreshes of 50 each day, which we'll probably be doing in the future. We don't need to do them today early on because we're pushing levels and getting so much energy as it is. Cantinas, since we're not to 16 and we can't get the SAR, we'll go ahead and just farm some more Lobot and Lando shards. 10 more shards for 40 energy, Cantina energy. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and grab another experience points quest here to push us up another level and give us more energy. Just grabbing our other things first that aren't experience point related. Earning credits to episode quests. Push that up another level. That looks like it right there. Go ahead and snag that bad boy. Level 13. We're moving. We're moving. We're grooving. We're collecting. All right. Complete player level 15 to get more shards. Yeah, 20 shards after we complete all daily quests of Vader. So just playing the game is just going to keep pushing us ahead. I think we can definitely afford to grab some more experience points things and push some more energy forward. We have room for that right now. All right, level 14, 25 bonus energy there. All right, we don't want to go any further right now, so we're going to go ahead and spend up that energy on these dark side battles again. Just keep pushing along. Again, Anakin here would be another early game farm, but we have the Lightspeed token coming in 3 days. Or sorry, 5 days. So I don't know if we'll have access to that token day 1. I believe that's trapped behind a distracted mechanic that's only available on the new era unit characters. But I believe one of the characters is the Chewie and Yoda that's coming out. So we might be able to work towards that distracted with those characters in the era units. Not sure. There's no non-era units characters that have it. It's a new ability. So we'll see what reveals itself in time here. All right. Zori makes a pretty good resistance squad with Finn and that, but that's not something that we're going to be looking at for a long, long time. Like I was saying before, we're going to do the 3 GLs that have all that overlap, but then we're going to be waiting quite a while until we jump into another round of GLs. So we're going to be focusing on squads that can take down GLs instead. Because if we can get a character or a squad that takes down GLs with only having to get 4 or 5 characters instead of 15 characters at relic levels, we're going to take it. That's just going to be way more efficient for us. All right, we're in the business. And funny enough, Crew, one of our beginning characters here, Colorado Mass, he is actually one of the pilots that we're going to get for the Grand Moff Tarkin event at level 78. He's on Cantina node 3F, I want to say, and he's on a node with him and his ship. And so it's not really Kylo Ren we're interested in. It's just the TIE silencer that we need at 5 stars for the Tarkin event. And since it's on a Cantina node, there's not many ships on Cantina nodes. We're gonna farm it from there. Get that done as quickly as we can. So putting gear in such in star levels into Kylo Ren Mass is not a waste in any way, shape, or form. To normal, level 2. We'll go ahead and do 3 more battles there. Then we'll go probably spend our cantina energy again and then go ahead and grab experience points to level up another level. Just keep that process going. Right now it's kind of how it is at the beginning. Just because you're pushing up levels so fast. Whereas today we'll probably said past 35 to level 37, 38, depending on how hard you push with your crystals and that sort of thing, how much you refresh. But that'll be about where we, end up today, end things today. And it's just kind of set up that way with the way the quests are and how many experience points you can get from them. All right. A couple more here. Okay. Camera, audio, everything still seems fine. I don't even want to say it out loud, but I don't, knock on wood, can't have another crash. So right now, obviously we're clearing the levels because we need to clear things. But like I was saying before, our IG series droid to complete that 10 battles is on dark side 2F. So we need to get through this dark side normal. We'll jump over the hard side. And once we get 2F cleared and get that droid, probably end this video and start a part 2, which is just kind of more focused on just getting the journey quest done. Then that way we don't have to worry about losing any progress we've made, recording, that sort of thing. And then if someone who does not need to, knows more about the game and doesn't need all this introductory stuff, they can kind of skip right on to part 2 if they want to and learn how to unlock those relic characters day 1. Who's Han going to shoot first? Han and his shoot first ability just... Look at all those quests we're working towards just by defeating characters as we go. Alright, we need to get some more energy, regular energy to keep pushing on. Don't need to spend that because we don't get that much per level refreshed. Journey quests, claim that. Achievement. Alright, daily quests. Grab that 60. Level 15, unlock challenges. Cool. Claim that. We can grab that 40. Shipments. Let's go over to our shipments really quick. Oh, challenges unlocked. We'll look at those in just a second, but let's go to shipments first really quick. So shipments, as you can see, there is quite a variety of different shipments depending on the game mode and the materials you get along with it, the currency. In the featured shipments, I don't spend any crystals on anything. The list comes quite a bit longer. But what you do every day, every 6 hours when it refreshes, if you can, is you buy these 4 pieces of gear for credit. It's super cheap. It doesn't matter how many of them you have because you can use them later on to scavenge for relic materials. So, but the cost is main. So you always grab those 4 pieces for credits. And then weekly shipments, I don't really do anything there either. I don't like to spend any currencies there. We're going to be using episode currency in different ways. Like Omicron's is probably the best way to do it, but there might be time where we need signal data. A character might show up like 20, like if we didn't have the Lightspeed token for Dengar, 20 shards of Dengar for 50, I would be all over that. Boom, boom, boom. Grab that right away. But we might use it, we probably won't be using much for mod materials and those sort of things. Maybe like circuit boards if we need to. And then your cantina has different characters in here that you can farm. Like we do Chopper, but we have the Lightspeed token now. So we're on to Qui-Gon Jinn because he has an awesome lead in Omicron that you use in Grand Arena that we're going to pair with the Relic Jedi that we get here in a few days to weeks whenever we get them locked here. But we'll be able to pair them and have a pretty strong early Grand Arena squad. So we'll go Qui-Gon, and we're going to be getting Boba, so we don't need to focus on that. We're going to Ahsoka, so then we can move on to like Rogue One characters that we're going to need to unlock the Profundity. Biston and his U-Wing. I think Pow might be one of the pilots in there. And then Cashin's U-Wing will show up once ships get unlocked. And so, yeah, and then once we unlock other things, we'll talk about what we're going to farm out of there, and, we'll probably do an episode just going over everything to talk about what you should be getting out of each shipment. And let's go ahead. We're not level 16 yet, so we can't do sauna. Let's see if we can push through one more level. We should be safe to do one more level without going over. All right, that, claim that. 2 challenges for 75 experience points. Let's go and do that. We're going to push through. Actually, I take that back. I want to spend just enough to go to the next level, and then we'll claim our daily quest right here for 300 experience points. Unfortunately, it will push us 2 levels, and we only get bonus energy for one of the levels. Like even if you push through 4 levels at one time, you'd only get bonus energy for one, which is unfortunate. But since this resets at level 20 once Coliseum is available, so we'll do the Coliseum, and then we'll be able to grab another 300 experience points from the daily activity. So it's definitely, in your favor to do it, even though you're only getting the bonus energy once. So let's go ahead, and we'll go ahead and just do, what do we need to do? Was it 3 more? 2 more? No, that's 129. Yeah, we need to do 1 more, I think. So we'll just sim 1 more because we want to save as much as we can for sauna here. So now we got sauna, Staros. We can start working towards sauna there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, since we're going to claim that right now. And like I said, it pushed us 2 levels from 16 to 18, but we only got the bonus energy for 1 level. See, we don't get it twice. You just get it once. So I've always in the past tried to wait, but like I said, since level 20 gives us another one of these, we want to use it before level 20. All right, so how are we sitting on energy? Oh, went over on our basic. Oopsies. On our regular energy. And see, now this is where you get allies. And in the past, let's see, okay, here's an IG-86 droid right here, right? And you saw the quest was complete battles with IG-86 on your squad. So when I did this 2 days ago, it didn't count it. It didn't allow you to do the quest through allies anymore. And so that's why we're going to unlock our own IG-86. But I just want to see if it was a glitch the other day. We're going to go in, and if it does count, then we won't have to spend that little bit of resources towards the IG-86 droid on level 2F. Well, let's see what happens here. We'll go ahead and just try to kill the attackers. Then we're back. Now we're onto the Jedi. Even if he heals, it's just 1 or 2 characters left. See? No IG series droid feat, even though he's right there. I will double check and go back to the quest just to show you here that you cannot do it with the allies anymore. There we go. See? Win 10 battles with the IG series droid on your squad. I just had him as an ally. Didn't count it. But if he's on my squad, if I have him on my own squad, it works. So let's go ahead and grab our bronzium pack here. Never know, get lucky, hit our Jawa, you can get Aurora out of there. Here, if you take a look here, just going real quick. Here's the possible characters you can get out of the bronzium packs. You can either get shards like of 2, or you can get like 25 to like even 80 sometimes of the character. But Jawa is part of the Jabba the Hutt farm, so we'll wait as long as we can on Jawa, push them back and see how many shards we can get out of this resource. Aurora is another one, same thing there, that sort of thing. So, all right, let's go ahead and keep campaigning here on the dark side and get through this light side, and let's get to 2F dark side. You don't really need one right now, but you can go ahead and grab an ally, start earning ally points. I usually take the weakest character to start when you don't need one. I just take a weak character, but a 312 level 1 snowtrooper, I don't know if he's going to get killed, but it doesn't matter because you don't lose a star for losing an ally. So if that snowtrooper gets killed and all my normal people are alive, I still get the 3-star clear. Yeah, that Dark Trooper, he hits like a hammer, a sledgehammer. Yeah, a little bit of healing, but no problem. There we go. Mowing them down. All right. Dark side battles, defeat light side enemies. Like I said, we're just clearing battles that we have to clear and just getting all these extra quests and experience points and energies and just a beautiful thing. We'll go with even though he's lower power, we'll go with just a level 1 Talia. I don't think it's going to matter too much here. Hey, let's wipe out some Jedi. Let's go. You gotta love when she drops their health levels. It's great. Alright, just a few more light side ones, few dark side ones, and we will start our... Yeah, we'll just go with, like I said, if you don't really need the character, you know what I mean, but you just want to grab an ally, just grab the weakest one. Then you save your stronger ones for battles as they get harder. Moving and grooving, mowing them down. Let's roll. Alright, come on, bad boy Chicos. Let's go. Mike Tyson's punch out. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, Mike Tyson punch out. Wow. Yeah, aging myself there big time, huh? Yeah, and as we're running through this, and if I'm skipping anything that I feel like is obvious that I've played because I played this game a bunch or whatever, if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We will get back to you there. Pretty easy peasy. Apparently this Ugnaught is indestructible. Was indestructible. Come on, boys, let's mow them down. Oh, God. I cannot wait to get the Emperor. Well, I don't have to wait because I'm today, but Mara Jade and Emperor. Oh, God, I love that squad so much. Alright, getting a character quest done. Alright. Finish him up. Come on. Luke will be easy at the end. Just nuking a little food there. Might have to eat a little bit of soup as we're doing this because this is going to be a pretty long session here. So then we switch over to hard. Right there. That's the one we're getting to. It's the one we're trying to get to. All right. Yeah, 748, two of them. Auto that. Mainly from the era, and when he's releasing a couple months to kind of a lifter for it's not kind of a lifter for the squad. We'll go ahead and take a look at that character. Oh, I am trying this soup for the first time, and I'm not sure it's for me. Morin Guard, another Java requirement. We can get him through pretty cheaply through shipments later on. Oh yeah. Yeah, this creamy turkey uh, soup I've never tried before. Plateful, I think, is the brand or something. Ooh, it is. It was spiced up. All right, go through and push through some more levels so we can get some more energy for that. All right, so let's go ahead into our Cantina battles. We got to go ahead and get to 2C here. Characters are at level 16. Um, don't think here. Let's do. That's too much, I don't think. All right, so now that they're all at level 30, or most of the top characters are level 30, we can go ahead and kind of combo the way we want to. I only like Gideon if he's with the trooper, if I'm being honest. So we're gonna go ahead and pair Ahsoka, Snips, and Annie there together. Like I said, it shouldn't matter too much. We are almost double their level right now, so we should be able to get through it pretty easy. Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and use our Cantina energy to farm Sana Staros until we get her unlocked. It takes 25 um, shards to unlock Sana, so hopefully we'll do that without too much pain or having to refresh our Cantina at all or too many times. But even if we do have to refresh our Cantina if things don't go super smooth on the farming, spending 100, 200 crystals to get relic characters day one is a price I am gladly willing to pay. Considering a piece of gear, you know, not even a full piece of gear, a lot of these are like 700 crystals and, you know, ridiculous. I'm willing to pay the couple hundred crystals to get relic character. That's only if we have to. Let's go with a little speed and offense. Oh yeah, we're not playing the Imperial Troopers. It doesn't. It really does not matter when there's this discrepancy between levels. Moving and grooving still, alright. Clean cantina battles, killing enemies, leveling up, doing the things, doing the stuffs. And so normally this is also a cantina node that would be our first farm instead because we'd be trying to get those guys to 5 stars for the mod challenge. But since we'll have a bunch of Phoenix at relics, we don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and get our sauna unlocked. Let's go with a little extra defense for funsies. All right, let's go. Well, there's some big boomses. Yeah, like I was saying, after our years-long journey to get our meta fleets and 3 Galactic Legends, we focus on squads like Grey Mothers, Gungans, Balin's Skull once he's, double drop farmable and those sorts of things. Yeah, we're working on those kind of squads that can take down GLs, but we only need to get like 4 or 5 characters ready to go, like you said, instead of the 15 that you need for like a GL. On fire. All right, so now we're where we need to be right now. So we're just going to farm Sauna until we unlock Sauna. And then once we have Sauna unlocked and we have the defeat 50 pirates challenge, we're going to go ahead and push on to level 3D, which is the Padawan Obi-Wan, but there's pirates on that level, and you can get 7 or 8 per time, so you only need to do it 7 times. And while you're spending that Cantina energy to do it, we want Padawan Obi-Wan because he's part of an assault battle, the Duel of the Fates, so we're not wasting anything doing him as well. Tier note as well. All right, only got 2, not great, but we'll see how it goes. All right, back to our campaigns here. Dark side battles. Like I said, once you raise a level, it kind of resets who's available to you. We're just going to keep it low. Level 16 versus level 30 still, nothing to worry about. Cranking through, cranking through. Shortly after we hit level 2F here and unlock our IG series droid, like I said, we'll start part 2 of the day. Because we right now are almost 2 hours in here. And I don't even want to lose, knock on wood, progress. All right. Come on, boys, finish them up. There we go. Let's go. Inflict speed down 20 times. Yeah, one of the challenges coming up is inflict damage over time 200 times. We got Vader for that. We got Vader for that. We are 47 seconds away from getting the energy we need to complete both those. So by the time we're done with this, that other energy will be there that we need to do the final battle of this hard to dark side. Okay, the Ugnaught slaughter. Let it commence. Oh, they're hammering back, eh? Woohoo! Ugnaught battle here. Killing the stun guy instead of the unstun guy. Yeah, just does silly things. Like Vader throwing the old spinny trick there on the one guy. If he would have thrown at the guy with 2, he would have killed him and gotten another attack. But instead, the AI just chucks it at the suboptimal target, we'll say. Yeah, and if you're getting to the point where, you're pushing and the levels are getting hard or whatever and you can't level up more, just if you take over manually and just start killing people before they can attack you, it goes a long ways. All right, here it is. Here's the special known. Here is our IG-86 droid, and we only need 10 shards to unlock him. That's what we're doing. All right, we'll just grab the lowest one on the screen. It's just kind of what I do at the beginning when you don't need anyone special or you don't really need an ally. All right, let him mow through this. We'll be right. Let's see if we can not let CLS kill any of us. Stun's going to help with that. All right, done and done. All right, now let's go see if we can push up some levels, doing some challenges to get the energy we need to farm that 4 times, 48 energy. And then we might have to reset it, refresh it, and do it again because we might not hit 6 shards. But that's okay. If you're not worried about getting this unlocked on day 1, you can still use the plan and not refresh it and do it on day 2 if you'd like to. It all works. All right, let's grab our achievements. Episode quests. Is it just the one? We got more? Oh, we got 2. Sweet. On a couple levels. All right, so we got that. We claim the 100. That pushes us up a level. Oh, we still have the win 2 challenges for 75. We still haven't touched our challenges yet. We got another 100 from already training Moff Gideon up to 20. Let's see here. Events. Coliseum. Journey guide. Woohoo! And see, now that we go back, now that those unlock, see what I mean? Now we have a Coliseum quest for 80, and then once you do that, you get another 300 experience points, where if we wouldn't have grabbed those ahead of time, we would have lost out on that. So, but we didn't. All right, episode track, we get some nice gear 12, some more air currency, air level currency, I should say. Nice. All right. Well, since it just unlocked, should we take a look at the Coliseum? Okay, so Journey Guide, it's not active right now. Events, we'll take a look here. Lots of events to take a look at here. Well, not lots, few to take a look at here. More unlock as you level up. Level 25 starts that. There's your Akbar or your Mace, and these are all like building new pilots and ships, kind of working you towards ships. All right, let's go ahead and go to our collection. Oh, there's squads. Squads are now available to view in your inventory. All right, squads, awesome. So they have a recommended tab of what squads you should do, and these are just ones that go towards the journey guides, right? Makes sense. We're getting a bunch of relic squads to do these instead. But what you can do is go to default or wherever, click on it, rename and rearrange, and click on, and you can make all these different tabs. And so one of my tabs is going to be for sure is light speed tokens, and I'll show we're going to break down all the squads you get and what time you get them, and so this just allows us to organize a lot better. So then I'm going to want that, and so then I'm going to want a farming tab for what squads I'm going to want to farm, and each one that you make you name labeled either Cantina, Hard Node, Shipment, whatever, but you have your tab here. We're going to want a tab for assault battles because that's one of the biggest things for free-to-play players to get resources is assault battles, and we want to have the squads ready for that. And thankfully, again, these Lightspeed tokens are going to be helping us out with that a lot as well. And then you're gonna want your, 5v5 Grand Arena, 3v3 Grand Arena. But we're just gonna start with the 3 for now. We're just gonna move on. Just want to show you kind of how I do it, and then maybe tonight I'll fill all those in to show you what it, looks like. Maybe we'll do it on screen. We'll see. But the whole point of that, sorry, I got distracted by squads, is our area units that are up here. And so they're both level 0, and you want to level them up to make them better, right? But what it'll say is, boom, just spend everything to get Luke to level 15. I'm not sure if that's the best strategy. Not positive. I'm not sure if it's better to do that or to exactly split it between the two, you know what I mean? But since Luke, let's go ahead and I'm going to do the split, and I'm going to try to get them both to at least gear 10 or level 10. And then once they're at level 10, we're going to go and do a Coliseum battle, hopefully get a bunch of rewards and then push them up a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to go to level 10. And since Luke has the lead, I am going to go back. I just want to make sure we can get him to 10 as well. Going to level up Luke to 13. And so if we can get enough Grek ability modules from this first battle, then we can level them up some more. But let's see how we do with those levels. Let's try her out. So there's 4 bosses, and it rotates through. So we got the ATST, we got like you see daily rotation, high score, leaderboards, that kind of stuff. Here's the leaderboard. Unless you spend money, there's not really much you can do to push your score. There's some RNG. There's definitely a little bit of strategy, but it's not like if I have a level 13 Luke, I have a level 13 Luke, and I can't get a score of 269,000. Just can't. It's just not possible. But anyways, let's try it out, see how we can do. Each boss kind of has its own little strategy to it. A couple. So there's the single ATST and the single big blubbery guy. I don't remember the name of him, honestly. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. But then there's a pair of these, like, what were those called? Like liney creatures, whatever. But they have special abilities and then the group of like 3 droids or whatever. And so each one kind of presents its own challenges or way to approach it, depending, like, whether there's 1, 2, or 3 enemies. All right, so what I like to do is this ability right here, Disciple plus 15 and immune to ability block. I want to get that on my Luke because he has the AoE, he has a Dispel, and he's just my most powerful character at level 13 instead. All right, so we're going to start with just doing physical damage twice with Vader, just trying to get damage in. All right, so we're going to just pull the assist right now. We're going to assist as many people as we can. Every 10% of damage you do, you get a reward crate. So now we're up to 14. So we can either do physical damage to all and gain 40% defense, or we can do damage twice. I'm just going to use the special, get his defense up a little bit, see what happens here. So this is our healer of the group. And then this one, it siphons, but it's all enemies. I don't use this one on the singles. This one I found is better, gaining the stacks of siphon against the single opponent. That's just my experience against single opponents so far in the Coliseum. All right, so right here, see, we could dispel buffs on all enemies. He doesn't have any buffs, and then we could give a bonus turn to somebody if we wanted to pass on. So that might be nice to use later on if we're about to die and pass it to the healer, more damage, those sorts of things. But we're just going to save it for now, use the basic. All right, there's a new option. Makes battles easier to see. Battle effect icons on. Boom. You can change it right here. There you go. We got speed down right now. So this one is also a dispel. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to wait to see if he gets that's stun, but he can't stun the boss. I am going to heal. I'm just going to try to top everyone off because then maybe it takes 4 rounds to refresh. Maybe we'll still be alive and get to use it again in 4 rounds to keep people alive. We're going to try it. Might have been a little early on it, but we'll see. Let's see here. Big guy's going to get a turn before my droid here. And I want him to get a turn because he's got stagger, and he'll lose 100 turn meter when he attacks again with his AoE, then he'll lose his turn. So I just want to get him pass the turn over and get him a turn in. Just going to go with the basic there. We got basic here. See what I mean? The AoE, then I would have not got a turn at all with my droid. I'm using the basic to siphon, building the stacks. All right, so we got an AoE in 1 turn. Let's hopefully he can't kill anybody in the next turn. Let's go ahead. You can only do that once, so we'll just go ahead and spin it and give him the potency up. We want to do 2 damage twice. Why not? I'm going to get defense up. Siphon. All right, here's a big O. We should be able to get to 50% here pretty easy. Here we go, 56. Let's see if he blows us away. Ooh, not yet. Holding. 2 attacks. Still just sticking with the basic. If we can survive one more turn, we got the heal next turn. But with the expose, I'm not sure. Okay, all right, we're in it. Didn't know if we'd survive with that expose there. Okay, can't pass the turn or heal right now. Oh no, dude's gonna get turned right before. If I could have passed it. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Oh no! Not that it's a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Right there, I could have passed it for the heal. Oh yeah, that's not. I forgot. I saw the blind auto miss. I should have just done basic because he was gonna miss no matter what. And then the assist comes and everyone's dead. See if you can get the RNG to where you get one more mass assist in. That's definitely gonna push you up a bit. There we go. Look at that. All those rewards. So 75%. So we unlock 7 of the rewards crates, rewards levels. All right. So. And that put us up to rank 380, so when it ends tomorrow at 11 a.m., I would get 50. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to use those to purchase light speed tokens in the future out of these era shipments. Whether we need supports, attackers, whatever. That's what our era currency is going towards right there. All right, here you go, forums. There you go. We hit level 20, it opens up. We were talking about all the... I brushed on all the errors and issues they had with the new updates, and so they're rewarding people with all these rewards. You have a month to get this, so if you see this video or you start an account before January 10th, once you hit level 20 and do the Coliseum like we just do, you're going to get all these rewards. Most important being 5,000 crystals, and this you can use on anybody. I'll show you here. We're going to go ahead and accept that. Look at that crystal stack. Oh my God. You don't normally have a stack like that. All right, let's go ahead and claim our bunch of rewards we got. There we go. Some mod materials, some more air currency. Maybe we'll be able to level someone up. Same mod materials, air level currency, different mod materials. Beautiful. All right, let's see if we can level them up at all. See, look at that. We can level them up and then maybe do better. I don't want to make the discrepancy super high, but I do want to get to that next ability upgrade. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go over to our IG, and there we go. We're going to level him up to 15. Perfect. Now, they both have 15. They're both balanced. They both have the ability upgrades. That's what I was looking for. I'm going for more balance. That's what I want. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see what that leveling up does for our damage, and see if we can get through the whole first tier of this. All right, we're going for it. We're boomsing them right off the bat. All right, 23%. That's like 3 times what I think I did the first time, at least double. All right, 2 attacks. Oh yeah. Oh, we're hammering now. Okay, that made a huge difference. Like we hit the threshold, but like once we get to the next level, it's just gonna shut us down again. You know what I mean? We won't be able to do much damage. All right, one round of attacks got us over half of what we got the last time. One counterattack got 5% from our droid because he hits like a frickin' hammer. All right, no, we want to save that. That's an AoE. It's debuffs just in case he gets something. All right, stagger we don't like, but he got his turn in. That's fine. I think we're gonna do the same thing with the healing. No, let's go for damage. Let's go all out for damage. Let's try to just kill him. We're going to try something different. Just for something different to try. Okay, we already matched our new record or beat our new record. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to heal. We're just going to try to use our attacks and finish him because he's not hitting us that hard. All right, if we can get around to one more AoE with Luke, I think we are in business. I think we're in business anyways, but one AoE for sure. Don't blow everyone away. Come on. Oh, just one attack. That's fine. Nice. Okay. I think we got him. Oh, he gets much stiffer. Okay, defense and health must go up because we did 23% the one time. But oh, this last tier, they're like, no, thank you. Okay, I see how it's going to be. We're going to get there, though. 14 stacks of siphon. Oofta. There we go. Got them. Cool. Now we get those final rewards for that tier, and we can try tier 2. All right. See, that only brought me up one spot, but let's make sure we can't improve our. I just want to make sure we had no currency or couldn't improve them before we tried again. This is where you claim all those that leveling up from the era levels. It's 10 at a time. You just keep clicking it, and eventually you get them all here. And these are that same currency that we're going to use to purchase light speed tokens that we were talking about, which are going to be huge for our progress in all these journey guides. My non-specific tokens, though, I plan on waiting on just to make sure. Like, I want to get as much information as possible, get as far along as the farms as possible before I pull the trigger on a character, because I want to not use any light speed tokens I don't have to. All right, let's see what we got here. 100 XP, boom, we'll grab that. Below 21. All right, 25 bonus energy. So we still need to win 2 challenges, win 6 dark side battles, upgrade 3 abilities to level 3. We have all these things to earn experience points, as well as we have our daily quest. Let's see what we're looking at here. I don't think 25 bonus energy, or not think, 25 bonus energy should not put us over unless they change how much we get right here. Okay, so if I claim, we're not going to claim it, we're just going to go ahead and we now have the energy we need to do simulate 4 of these battles. Let's see where that puts us. Oh my god, we didn't hit any shards of them. That did not happen to me before. That is very unfortunate. So last time I did this, it went 4, 4, and then I finished them up. This time, 2, blank. So not going as smooth this time, right? Not hitting it. Okay, level 22 guilds. I thought it was level 30. Level 30 is when the raids unlock, excuse me. But right here, you get sent in, you get put into a starter guild right here. But what we want to do, and you can't join a guild right away. You have to wait 24 hours. I can show you, and then when I go to join the guild, they'll say, you join your max for the day. You have to wait 24 hours. But just to show you what we are going to do. On the advanced search, we want, at least 40 guild members. I want a galactic power about 100 million, and the most important thing, they are doing the Hoth Rebel Assault Battle. And the reason you want this is because that's where you can earn Rolo shards. Rebel Officer Leia Organa, who is one of our pinch points for the Leia, Galactic Legend Leia Organa journey guide. So what you do is you do the advanced search, and then so you get all these squads that are plus 40 people, over 100 million power, and they're all doing this battle right here, right? You want a team that's not scoring max, because that probably means they'll move on to the next kind of territory battle soon, but someone who's scoring really high, so they have a lot of members that can complete the Rolo mission. And so you just look for someone who fits that, like Cat Sith. Like, I can't join them because I don't meet their requirements or whatever it is. So you want to take a look at what they're doing, right? You want them to be active in territory wars and doing pretty good, and then daily raid text is super important because that tells you like how often you're going to be doing raids, and so you need those raid materials, right? You want a lot of actors, players in the same thing. So like helpful, fairly casual guild looking to grow, right? They're not scoring that great on this. They're not doing territory wars, so that's not a guild we want to join. And so you just go through into that. But like I said, they won't let us join anyone today. We'll take a look at this tomorrow or the day after, depending when we can join a new guild. But that's what we're looking for in our guild, what we want to join. Okay, let's go ahead and do our Simsum sauna battles, and hopefully these go better than the IG-86 battle. They did not. I got 0 again. Holy cow, it happens, but that's unfortunate to say the least. We will call that unfortunate. Man, of course, it's probably going to go as horrible and rough as possible now that I'm actually recording, and my recording's actually working today. But all right, win 10 battles with any IG series droid. The reason I'm at 1 is because we completed that tier 1 of the Coliseum, so that counts as a 1 battle right there. All right, let's go and do some challenges. Go and get that XP, and then we'll sim some more of that node and that dark side battle, and then right there. All right, and if it goes really poorly, we end up having to spend a lot more crystals than I originally anticipated. I'm still going to do it today. You're welcome to wait if you don't want to, but all those bonus crystals that we got from this, it's just, that's insane. And we have, we don't want to waste them, but, like I said, getting a relic character on day one, even spending a couple hundred crystals for it, is not a waste in my book. Not in my book. So let's see if we can complete 2 challenges here. Go ahead and battle that. Sure, we'll grab some defense, Chewbacca. This should work just fine if we're being honest. Like this is super, that's like level 22 or something. Or level 15, excuse me. I think we can just even auto this one. All right, died to the damage over times. All right, now all we have to do is click on Boba so they attack Boba instead of the droids, because they're going to attack the droids. All right, easy peas, lemon squeeze. So we'll go ahead, continue there. No. Let's go ahead and see if we can complete this one before we sim the other one. The reason I do that is because we're going to hit level 25. And even if we don't get to 38 today, like we'll sim 25 twice instead of this one twice, right? We want to do the one that's further along. But we do need to get 2 done. So let's see. What do we got for attacker? Oops. I clicked on it. All right. So our attackers, he does everybody. It's only tenacity, but it helps everybody. So we'll just do it that way. It should be pretty easy again. Go ahead and auto that for a minute. But we don't want to auto the last tier because Vader likes to throw his saber even if it's not going to kill the person. And if you take all the debuffs off of the guys at the end, they murder you. Part of that what's slowing them down or holding back is these debuffs that they start with. All right, let's go ahead and turn the auto off. Oh, one thing about auto that I did not show. You can go to auto battle settings and it's all abilities, basic abilities, or select option. You want the select option. Forgot to do that because then you can click on it and then you can pick basic or auto, which a lot of our missions like the Sarastanos, the vulnerables on our basic, so we're going to auto basic for those events. But I don't want Vader to throw his thing off those guys. So on this one, we actually do want to kill the droids because they're easy to kill and they give you our extra offense up guy. Check this out. Boom, boom, boom. Almost dead in one shot. Bam! Droid gives them another one. Now they have double. Whoo-hoo, buddy. And done. That's how you do that. You actually do kill the droids on that one. All right, so that's 2 challenges. We're probably not going to reach 42 today, so we're not going to do that. So I'm going to sim one more for that 3 challenges quests, but just in case, we're going to hold on to those just for now. We don't need to use them quite yet, just before the end of the day, right? Okay, so episode quest, claim that. Is that the only one? Yep. All right, down to journey quest. Claim our 75. All right, 25 bonus energy. That does not quite put us to the 60 that we need. We need 60 to sim that one node 5 times, the IG86 node. So go back into quests. You know what we're going to do? We're working on the dark side. We got the light sides. Spend 400 Cantina Battles tokens. Upgrade. We got tons of these things that we can do. All right. Cantina Battle tokens. That's in your shipments. Cantina Battle tokens. Like I said, we have over the 400, so we can spend the 400. We're not doing Chopper because he likes to be token. Qui-Gon's going to be our first target to get him ready for Grand Arena squad that we're going to have. There we go. So then we go ahead to back to quests. Claim that one to level. Did that not level us up again? My bad. We'll see here in a second. All right, that's all of those. Oh, we need 10. Okay, so let me just go like this. Sim 2 to level up. Hit a couple shards. Okay, it's better than last time. All right, so then we're going back to our hard side battles. We have to spend 25 crystals to refresh the node. And then we can sim it 5 times. And we only got 4. So if we do it again, it can get 4 more, but it costs more each time, right? So that's where you can decide if you want these guys day 1 or if you want to wait till day 2. It's up to you. I'm just showing everybody how you can do it day 1. It's not going as smooth as before, but it's going fine. We're going to get there for not a ton of investment, hopefully. In the grand scheme of things, to me, it's not a ton of investment. All right, so dark side battles, grab that, go up to level 25. See, now we have more ones because we've already did those ahead of time. There we go. We got light side battles, level 3 for 100. We still got plenty of quests to just keep pushing us through. All right, and this is where we had a little issue for a while getting stuck in the game, but they fixed that, thankfully. Rerouted that. And so now we have ships and crew event. We have all these events that we still need to take a look at today. All right, let's make sure we got our best. He's everybody. He gets offense up to everybody, and Vader for sure. All right. We're not going to do the AoEs because he has a heal thing, whatever, so we're just going to try to kill somebody with 1 basic here. No, not where we need to be. All right, let's get offense up on everybody. We'll try to kill you. Boom. We go ahead and do the ability block. Now that you're ability blocked, I can do that, but I don't think I want to. I just want to kill you, and now we got you one-on-one, and we can just go auto. And that's that. Get some resistance pilot shards. Next we'll get his ship. Go ahead and activate them. Like I said, just unlock achievements, collecting an X amount of light side characters. So do that. See, suggest units, initial squad, yada yada. Resistance, obviously they were showing. All right. So then achievement, so you collect 7 light guys characters. Journey quest. Let's go ahead and grab one of those. Another one because we already trained Kylo Ren to 26. All right, here goes nothing. All right, we are going to refresh it for 50. I'm making that choice, and I'm hoping I hit 4. Here we go, 4. 10 out of 10. Whew, got there. Because the next one is 100 to refresh it. Now we're we're getting in there. I still think it's worth it, but you could definitely wait till day 2 if that's the case, if you're having that battle luck on the farm. All right, so now we have an IG series droid. And so now we just need to, we'll upgrade him once just to give him a little juice. I didn't need to do that probably, honestly, but we did it. So we want to go win battles with our IG droid. So we can go into characters, all. We can definitely level up some people here. Definitely Vader's my number 1 guy. And then TIE Fighter Pilot once we open our number 2 guy for gear. Gear and leveling. All right, let's slap that on you. Let's take a look here. Now what we're looking for, see, a dark side battle that we can do. So instead of simming this dark side battle, we can go to it because we need this piece of gear for Vader. We only have one of those. So then we go to battle it. And that's just the very first 1A. Hit battle. And then you just got to win it with the IG. You just put IG on your squad. You don't even need a helper. IG's on your squad already. You don't need to level them up. I mean, you could if you want to, if you're doing a higher level one, but they're just all going to die immediately. And, oops, and auto. So we'll just clear 1A. We can do 1A several times, or if we get that piece of gear, we can look at the next piece of gear on Vader to see what we need, and you just keep going through gear pieces that you need. And that way you're not wasting any energy doing a node that you don't need to do. We need the gear anyways. There we go, see? IG Series Droid 2. Gave us the piece we wanted, cool. All right, we actually got the piece that we wanted, so we go back, and we go back. Equip it. Well, okay. Wow, baby, we're in business. Oh, yes. Vader. Oh. That's every day after all my farming at night, my energy is going to be gearing Vader. I'm going to have my little song. Okay, this is a light side battle, so we cannot use the IG droid in it. And we really want to use the IG droid. So let's take a look at another character that we can possibly level up here. Yeah, let's look at our Kylo. He's a pilot. We're going to need his TIE silencer, and we want to be a little stronger if we can. See if he's got any dark side battles. Is that available on dark side battles? Nope, only light side on that. Okay, that's the piece that we just needed for Vader. We need it again. So we go to that same 1A tier. Hit battle. Grab a dude. IG's in there. And then we auto. Okay, so I think at this time, this is where I'm gonna stop recording for this video because we are 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I want to make sure everything is good to go and recorded and everything gets saved for this one. And then I'm just gonna jump right back in, start a new video from this point, and then we're just gonna title it about unlocking the journey guide quests. I should have done that immediately, but I will talk a little bit more about unlocking this droid when I reset this video here in just a moment. All right, if they're part of a guild that's not like a basic guild or no guild at all, that's who I ask to ally because it usually means that they are actually playing and will respond to your ally request, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and farm up our sauna. Level 27, yep. Ooh, 8. That's nice. Nice little hit. So we're halfway there. Cool, cool, cool. New ships and events. Yeah, we'll do it really quick, I guess. All right. We're going to try to ability block Leia so they can't go any stealth. Did not get there, unfortunately. Happens. Boom might finish her. Nope, not quite. Ability block. Nope, wanted the ability block on him so he couldn't heal her, but we're going to just bomb instead. All right. That's not all right. Hang in there, Ben. Don't be silly. Don't die. All right, X-Wing. Let's see here. Can't do that one. We don't have all the characters. This is a free Zuckuss. We'll go ahead and do that event really quick. This is definitely one that we're just gonna auto. Let's see if we can kill Rolo first. Auto right there. All right, come on, finish him up. There we go. Cool. Quest things by just doing that. Love it. Not worried about activating Zuckuss right now. Not this moment. Okay, well, new marquee. We're going to try to beat this. We're both level 15, I believe, so we might be able to get this done. Can't remove him out of the lead, unfortunately. Okay. Do we go with the mass attack right away, or do we try to wait for the taunt to come down? Oh, we're just going to do it. We're going to try the mass attack. See what happens here. How hard we hit him. Not very. Oh, IG does not count as a rebel in this event, so his AoE is not good. Okay, where Coliseum, everybody counts as everything, so they all assist and do the things. Obviously not here. This is obviously not going great. Just keep going, I guess. Counterattack, but he just healed up a bunch on that. Yeah, I might not be ready for this one, I guess. I don't know. Oh, this dispels all buffs. I should have done that right away to get the taunt off. Let's go ahead and do that again. That was my bad. Haven't done this event before, this challenge before, and it just hit me that I was not looking at everything that they do. So what if instead I try that out? Pass the turn to him and dispel that taunt, and now I can start getting after Dash, at least for the moment. Counterattack on him at least. Okay, now that that's up, that, you know, what can I do? But was getting some damage in, but he healed him, so that didn't work either, really. See, this is Rebel Allies Assist. That doesn't count as a Rebel in this event. Yeah, I just think maybe I might need to get up a little higher level or have a slightly better RNG. Unless I get finish here somehow. I don't think so, though. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe we do. Ooh, come on. One-on-one, I don't think this. Oh, but he does counterattack every time, which is going to help. Okay, wow, all right. Wasn't sure how that was going to go, but we got there. Completed a bunch of things. 40 more of those, bad boys. Nice. All right, got her done. That's something. Okay, here we go. Journey Guide, unlock legendary characters. Let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit, definitely before we switch on over to our anniversary quests. And so it's just telling you that you need these certain characters at certain levels, yada yada, that kind of thing. And so now we're signed up for the Palpatine event. Rebels, we're going to have Palpatine at Relics today because we're going to have the Phoenix, which are Rebels, to unlock him, the token, all the things. But let's go over to Galactic Legends. So the Skywalker Triangle that I kind of briefly touched on is Leia, Luke, and then Jabba, and then the two Profundity, Executor, and then Jedi Knight Luke, because he is part of Jedi Master Luke and Jabba's journey. We are starting with Leia because she doesn't require a ship, and ships take about 6 months to farm from scratch. And so anyone who involves a ship, which is Jabba or Luke, would involve closer to 6 months of farming. So we can't really do them in 4 months free to play, not really. So we're going to focus on the one that doesn't have the ship and has a bunch of characters that you get Lightspeed tokens. Let's start from the top of the list here. Captain Rex, we'll have it Relic 0 today, Lightspeed token. Princess Nisa is a hard no farm on 5. I'm deciding right now whether or not I'm going to farm Nisa, or because she uses 350 Chirotechs, that is a very good Lightspeed token candidate. You want your Lightspeed tokens to focus mainly on newer characters because their gear retirements are so much heavier than older characters. For example, Nisa, I don't know how many Rexes, but she's 350, where all these older characters, Wicket, Lando, Captain Han, and Chief Trooper, anyway, they only need the 100 Chirotech pieces on their Gear 12 finisher. And so those are the characters we want to farm in gear. Whereas someone who's using 350 Chirotechs, we may use one of our tokens on, Lightspeed tokens. But we can farm our hard no. Wicket, hard no farm we're doing for sure. Lando, and I'll just show you on the bottom Lobot. We already looked at them. They're on that same Cantina node, so we'll be able to get those guys done really efficiently. Akbar is a Rebel Lightspeed token we get in February. Scout Trooper will be the Empire token we'll use from the Inquisitor event in January. R2-D2, we get a Lightspeed token, that same Inquisitorius event in January. We use those Inquisitorius to unlock his journey guide. Captain Han is going to be our Cantina farm. Rolo, here's our pinch point right here. Rolo is only available on a couple of shipments, but then you can also get her in the territory battle that we were just looking at in the guilds. Phase 3, there's a mission to get Rolo shards, and so that's why we're joining that to try to get those Rolo shards and ease that the difficulty of getting those, which might be our pinch point time-wise. But I think we're going to be all right with our plan. Chirpa, Cantina farm. Drogon, Lightspeed token today for Rebel we could use. We're going to wait just to see. I'm probably going to wait on most of my Lightspeed tokens for specific characters, just to make sure the plan's going, just to get as much information as we can before we spend any of our resources. That's what you always want to do, get as much information as possible before you commit, right? So that's what we're going to try to do, but that's the plan right now. Commander Luke Skywalker, he's a Lightspeed token in February. We were talking about those Rebels. SWGOH is going to be the Bounty Hunter Lightspeed token in March that we get. 3PO and Chewie, it counts as a droid, and he will be the droid Lightspeed token we also get in January from the Inquisitorius and R2 event. And then we already talked about Lobot. So as you can see, we're going to be able to get this through most of this farming in the 3 months. That's our main concern, but we're coming up with a plan to get around that. So that's how we get Leia in 4 months, because of all the Lightspeed tokens we have available in the 3-month hard node farming, plus a little bit of leeway for getting to that level, taking a touch longer, those sorts of things. All right, Jabba's going to be our number 2 target. I would love Jabba to be our number 1 target because you need him for the Galactic Bounty Hunter Challenge too. Is that what it's called? But you have to have Jabba to do it, and it gives you tons of crystals worth of mod material every month, and you can't do it without Jabba. So we want to unlock Jabba as soon as possible. Like I said, he'd be first, but we have this Outrider here, which we need to start farming in Fleet Node 3, C, or D as soon as we can. But that's not available to us right away, and it's going to take, some time to farm it up. So that's why we got to wait for Jabba for about 8 months. We're targeting 6 months for the Executor, 8 months for Jabba, because we need the time to work on Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker. But let's go through the list right here. So we got Kersan Cantina Farm. Would love to use a token on him in the future if we can because of the gear requirements. Han Solo, we're going to getting through shipments, the Mark 1 guild currency. Really easy to farm up these days in there. A Gamorrean Guard, same currency you can use on him. Outrider, we said, Fleet Node. Greedo is in the Squad Arena shipments. Skiff Guard Lando is one of our first hard node farms we're talking about. Jedi Knight Luke will go to his journey guide shortly. He's going to be the last part you basically get because you need quite a bit to get him yourself. Jawa, end of 4 hard node farming, and as we saw, Bronzium packs. Roro, 5 light or hard. And also, like we saw, Bronze Impact, C3PO, Journey Guide with Ewoks. And we're going to be using the Ewoks of Nisa, Wicket, and Chief Chirpa that we are getting for Leia at relic level. So just blast through this event with 2 other whatever Ewoks we need. Boushh Leia, we already have ready from the Leia event, done. Or Sing's a Cantina Farm. Fennec, we get a Lightspeed token. Boba, we get a Lightspeed token. Mob Enforcer is a Cantina shipment farm, I think. It's one of the shipments. It's a shipment farm, for sure. And so then we're planning on getting through that into Jabba. And then if you look at Luke, who's our either 10-month or our year plan, depending on how the ships are going with the Profunding the Executor, we might flip-flop Luke in the Profunding depending. One's going to be at 12 months, one will be at the year. Just need to collect a little more information to make that final decision. But as you can see, Lightspeed token. Rey, you need to do an event for. You need First Order to unlock BB-8, and then BB-8 to unlock Jedi Training Rey with certain specific people. So that's going to be a farm we'll have to do specifically special kind of off of the side for this character. Talked about C-3PO already being done with those Ewoks in the Jabba guide. Mon Mothma is also level 5, I think, light side. We can start farming Mon Mothma here soon as a node farm. 3PO and Chewie that we already talked about will be done with that droid Lightspeed token already. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker already done in Jabba like we talked about. R2 already done with Leia. Han Solo already done with Jabba. Chewbacca, part of the team, getting a Lightspeed token for him, so that'll make that easy. The Rebel Y-Wing, we get it at 4 stars, but then we got to farm the rest of it, so that takes some time. So as soon as we can, we'll start farming the Rebel Y-Wing once it fits into the farming plan. Leia Lightspeed token. Hermit Yoda is also the same currency as Rolo and Wampa. So if we can, we're going to use probably a token on Yoda or Wampa or both to help ease that farming a little bit from those same sources. And I'll show you that here. And then Wedge is Galactic War Store, Big's Galactic War Store, and Lando's already covered in the Leia journey. As you can see, all these overlaps, right? But that's not all. That's not all. Let's go to Jedi Knight Luke. Okay, we just talked about needing Wampa being the same currency as Rolo and Hoda. We might use a Lightspeed token on him. You can. There are. Show you here. Just activating this really quick because it was there. All right. Okay. Sometimes you're trying to get something done, so much is unlocking at the same time that takes a minute. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Go to shipments. go to the air shipments. We were talking about these Lightspeed tokens that we might purchase. If you look at Attacker, like Wampa's available, you can do Wampa. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked on it, but you can do Wampa. You saw him there. Not tank. If you go to support, Yoda's in here. Hermit Yoda's right there. So you can get him at the Relic 5 that you need in the 6 star. So we'd only have to bring him up 1 star level. 100 shards instead of 330 shards of that special, shipments. So that could really help if we're finding that those currencies are a little harder to get or are really slowing us down. So that is a plan of attack, a way to navigate around that. Excuse me. Yeah, but as much as we can plan it out, the overall plan we are, but as we get closer, we will use our resources to adjust the timings as needed. All right, let's go to our quests here. Another episode quest. I'm going to claim that. All right, achievements. Quests, journey quests. Get some more energy, I guess. All right. Okay, so we just unlocked Squad Arena. No experience here. We'll grab that one. And then, so 6 light side battles, 2 squad. We still have so many things to do on our first day and our journey quest still. So Squad Arena used to be super important because it gave you crystals and did all things that kind of Fleet Arena does for you now. But the only thing it really does now is give you Squad Arena tokens for the shipments, which isn't that important of a material anymore. So yeah, you just go ahead and take a look if you think if you can be in, like, obviously that's easy mode. We'll do the highest level that we can. It doesn't even matter too much the characters we're using this moment. We'll just use our top 5 because this will become our relic squad at the end of the day, right? We'll have a relic squad into. The reason I'm killing Anakin first, and I almost always kill Anakin first, is whenever someone on a squad drops below 50%, he gets a bonus attack. He hits pretty hard, so we just don't want that. So then we can just kill him and then auto and it's done. No, at them being level 18, it wouldn't have mattered, but I just out of habit. Just out of habit, can't help it. Okay, so I will show you right here how at level 28 we again got another refresh of our daily, right? So we can get another 370 there, the Squad Arena battle, and then the 2 challenges. That's why you save them as well, because you got challenge. You know what I mean? If you did all your challenges earlier, we wouldn't have been able to do that today and keep pushing on and getting those 370 experience points. So quest. I'm trying to get onto the anniversary questing for you here, but we got to do our business here. We got things to collect, things to do. Oh my God, look at all those currencies. Oh, we got so much stuff to work towards. Gear. It's beautiful. All right. Don't think I want to use those yet. Let's go ahead and go back to that challenge one. See, we're level 25 now. We can go ahead and clear another one. Oh yeah, we'll grab it, buddy. That's good. Sure. Let's go ahead and auto it. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to be fine again. They're only level 25 opponents. This one isn't that hard with Boba at the end, if I'm being honest. See right there, that reset where he calls the assist. If Dark Trooper's not there, it's really weak, and you really shouldn't use Moff if you're not using Dark. No, at least not early on. And he says different things. Gidme squad, the special Padme with Gideon interaction. All right. Yeah, we'll just crank it through it. All right, I'm going to keep it on auto, but I'm just going to click on Boba in the middle, and we should be okay. Armor shred. Okay, offense up. Yeah, now he's toast. All right, finished 2 challenges. So that one, I'm going to save that just in case we hit level 38 today. I think I've only ever hit 38 in day 1 like once before, and I might have been pushing hard. But we're going to sim this one once. We'll probably sim it more. we're going to save it just in case we do hit 42 today. I don't think we're hitting 42. All right, so 89 out of 250. So we can go ahead and claim that without pushing up the level yet. We don't want to claim that quite yet. We want to spend our energy first. So we got 5 sauna. All right, 4 ain't bad, 4 ain't bad. So we only need to get 10 more to unlock sauna. And then it's her basic ability level 4 that we need to gear it up to, and we'll be ready to go there. All right, I think what we need to do now is, since we're kind of, we got that, we don't want the energy quite yet, we don't want to grab the energies quite yet, let's go ahead and beat some more dark side battles with the IG series on my squad. Okay, we are now almost 2 hours and 40 minutes into the recording. I think this is actually where I'm going to split it into part 2. I know we still have a lot of quest things going on and those sorts of things, and it's not just the anniversary quest that we're doing, but I really want to split it up just for people who are more concerned about unlocking the anniversary quest day 1. So we're going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I'm going to go ahead and just literally pop right back on, and we're going to continue. But like I said, just wanted to split up. So we'll see you shortly, folks.